Here are some tips on how to close the distance and how to close the range in boxing. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Here's another video on boxing tips and education. I've had a comment in the previous videos where somebody's asked, how do you cut the range? Okay, so here are my tips on how to cut the range, how to cut the distance with an opponent. Okay, these are tips that I've used throughout boxing and what I teach to the clients. I try to keep them simple and effective. I try not to overcomplicate things. So I'm hoping that these tips can help you guys. Not all the tips will be suitable for you. Okay, you will not be able to master all of the tips depending on what your style is. But I'm hoping out of these tips, 1 or 2 tips that you can use and utilize and adapt in your training and master them and hopefully help you guys cutting that range down and attacking your opponent easily. Okay, so let's get on with it. Okay, so the first tip is punching and stepping in. Okay, so using your punches and step in behind them. Okay, you can use your punches, you can use a combination, but there's some tips on how you to go about and doing it. Okay, so let me break it down to you. So let's say, for example, I'm in my stance, an opponent is in front of me here. Okay, what I like to do is I like to gauge how far I am, and I gauge that with my lead hand jab. Okay, my hand's out, I'm peppering it. Okay, now I might throw one and I might touch their lead hand, so I know I'm far off. Okay, so what I need to do then is start working my way in. Now I don't do a big massive jump or a step. What I do is I take small steps. So behind that lead jab, I step. Okay, so now I've gained a couple of more inches in. Okay, so I'm still got my hand out. Okay, now I know I'm a bit closer, I'll throw another jab. I may touch their backhand. Okay, with their backhand is far closer to their face. Okay, so if you look at from this distance, this is the lead hand, I've just touched that hand. Okay, now the second time I come in, I might have touched this hand or even their face close enough, but that hand is closer to their face than this hand. Okay, so once I know I've got the range, okay, what I want to do then is the aim of this punch towards their faces to blind them. Okay, so I got to throw a punch towards their face in their eyesight, and behind that punch I got to step in. Okay, so I'm here, I'm working, I'm throwing punch, stepping in a little bit, yeah, moving around again, punch, stepping a little bit. Now I've gained a few more inches, I'm close enough. From now I can attack what I want and get back out. Okay, so punch and step in. Okay, what you also can do is certain combinations that you can get behind. Okay, now hooks and uppercuts, you have to be very close to your partner to do them. Okay, but long straight punches, you can use them to get yourself in. So a common combination is a 3-punch combination, left, right, left, for example. Okay, the first punch that you throw, the left, most likely probably won't hit the person, but you use that as momentum to step in. You turn that right hand in and you step in again with the third punch. Now look where I started. I start from here. Okay, I step, punch, step. Look how far I've gained, and the third punch is most likely the one that's gonna hit them. Okay, I can also use a double jab and a backhand. So double jab and then backhand. Okay, so using combinations and stepping behind them combinations, but these combinations have to be fast. Okay, and you got to go through them. If you decide to do them, you got to go through them. You can't be half-hearted thinking, what should I do? No, you got to throw. Okay, now most likely when you punch, that person might punch as well. So the double jab or the first punch may well be used as a little buffer, as a barrier. So if anything comes, you're punching, stopping anything from coming, and then you get yourself in for your backhand. Okay, so the first tip is punch and step behind your punches. Now some boxers do it so good that they're bouncing around and they'll jump in with their punches. Okay, so their left hand and the left leg go in together, so jump in with their punches. Okay, you don't want to jump in too far, you want to be close enough, and when you jump, then you can let the second hand go and the third punch comes in. Okay, so that's another tip as well, that you can jump in with punches, but do not jump in too far. You got to get yourself in close enough, jump there, you've thrown a punch, you stop them, and then you throw that backhand, which is the one that you're actually aiming to hit them with. Okay, so the second tip is similar to the first one, but this time you are going to use your head movement and stepping in behind that head movement. So previously we punched and stepped in. Now we're going to be distracting them with our head movement, but at the same time we're going to be walking in. Okay, so for example, what I'm going to be doing is I'm in my guard, I'm moving side to side, but as I'm moving side to side, my head, I'm actually stepping forward closer, okay? I'm using my upper body, my head movement to distract them so their eyes are on me. So when they're watching me, their head's going like this. They're watching where I'm going, okay? They're not concentrating on the footwork here, okay? The eyes are on my head because they want to hit my head. So while they're watching my head, my feet are getting closer to them. So side to side, moving side to side, but walking as well at the same time, up and down, walking there. Next you know, you're close enough, okay? One of the ways I like to do my head movement and getting in is actually ducking in and going in, okay? So what I like to do is I move where I duck and step in and then I come up. So I duck under and then come up, okay? Why I do this is because most likely their punch will come straight towards my head. Okay, so if I time it right, I'm waiting for them. As soon as they punch, go underneath and I'm in there. Then I can lay the punches off straight away. I also may throw a jab to distract them and then go under, okay? So I'm here, I throw a jab, I go under and I'm there, okay? Offloading whatever I want to do, okay? I keep a nice guard, okay? So I don't get hit going in. But I'm anticipating that jab to come straight at me. So I'll throw mine, they throw theirs, I'm underneath. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so that's stepping in behind your head movement. Okay, tip number 3 to close the range and the distance is using feints. Okay, I love these. I use these a lot and they always work for me. Okay, and remember I said this earlier, some of these may not work for you, some will work for you. Okay, you need to find out which one works for you and master that craft of that. There's 3 ways I like to do feints, or the 3 ways people can feint, okay? They can feint using that punch, okay? So your body doesn't move, but you punch, okay? So you fake and then hit. Fake and then punch. So fake one hand, hit with the other hand. Fake high, go low. Fake low, go high, okay? You can feint with your head movement. So you're boxing there, all of a sudden you just dip your head forward or act like you're going forward. That will make them react and then you're in. Similarly with your legs, you can stand here and all of a sudden step forward and back. Yeah, you're just gauging them, you're just drawing them out, you're making them react and flinch. Okay, so again, I'm here, I just step forward and back out. Yeah, and I'm do that a couple of times so I know I got him, and then when I do the 3rd or 4th time, bang, 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 I'm in. Okay, so feinting is brilliant. Feinting with your punches, feinting with your legs, feinting with your head, just to get them to draw. So, and that's the aim of the feint and the flinching is you want them to react. Okay, you want them to do something, to punch or react or go forward or go back, and then you can get yourself in. The punch that they will throw, because they're reacting, they will throw a punch. It may not necessarily be their fast or their hardest punch. That's what you're counting on. Okay, you're counting on that punch to not be great. You can counter that, you can block that and go for it. So you'll throw a fake or go in, they will throw something, you go over the top. Okay, so feinting for them to react, to do something, to draw them out, and then you jump on them like a lion and take them to pieces. Okay. Tip number 4 is where you utilize your high guard and or a tight guard as well. High guard and a tight guard, or a high guard. So for example, what I mean by this is you can have a high tight guard here, like a shout, going to shout, and you can walk the person down. Okay, you can walk them down, block, get yourself in, or you can have a high guard, but not necessarily tight, it's out here, okay? So what you can do with this is, if you can master this guard, you can actually walk your opponent down, okay? You can walk them down, you can block their punches, put them on the back foot against the rope, and then you're in there and you can attack them as much as you want, okay? So what I like to do is, I like to have a nice high guard, for example, okay? So if I'm here like this, I use my both hands, my arms as a buffer, okay? Anything that comes here, I can block, I can get in the way, block down here, block. And then once I'm doing that at the same time, I'm walking in. So if I show you this angle, what I'm actually doing is I'm actually walking in, catching the punches. Once I'm in, once I caught, bang, 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 okay? Another advantage of having the high guard is my hand is so close to them. Okay, so let's say if I do this bag here, my left hand is already there, and I just need to go a couple of inches, okay? If I'm here, I have to go good distance all the way. But if my hand's already there, and I'm pulling them off, bang, I can just pepper them. Yeah, move around, bang, bang, there, bang, bang, block everything here. So while my high guard is out, okay, I can utilize that left hand just to pepper them with only like 3-4 inches, okay? A couple of them shots to the nose will put them off, and then you can come behind another big punch, okay? The high and tight guard, okay? You can utilize this by having it nice and high. So let's say if I'm up here, I can see everything through my guard, my hands. Whatever comes, I can turn, I can bend, okay? Block everything, push, block, push, lean back, all this movement. And while I'm doing this, I'm walking forward. Yeah, going down, going up, changing levels, and I'm close enough, and then I can attack them whenever I want, okay? Now, this is a bit of an uncomfortable zone. But if you can make your uncomfortable zone your comfortable zone, then you can master this art of walking over the high guard, and you can put them under pressure. You can see them falling, you can see them breaking up, and opportunities will rise, okay? They will throw a hell of a lot of punches, and hopefully you will catch them on your guard. They will waste energy, and then you can pick your shots off one by one, okay? With this one, you also have to be brave, because you will have to take some punches. Now, if you do this correctly, you can limit the damage to your hands and guard. If you do it wrong, okay, you can actually get hurt, and arms are tiring, and the punches can get through, okay? But some people can master this, and it looks brilliant. Others, not so much. So again, find out which of these is good for you, which of these works for you, and work at them, okay? Okay, so the last tip, tip 5, okay? This is where you gotta practice your patience, okay? This is more of a counter-attacking style. So this tip is where you have to practice your patience. And this is where, for example, you're with an opponent, okay? You do a lot of movements. If I'm facing this, you do a lot of movement with your head and your arms. You're walking around, okay? You're keeping the target moving, because a still target is easy to hit. A moving target is harder to hit. So while you're moving around, you're doing all this, okay? While you're doing this, you're actually waiting for them to do something. You want to draw them out, okay? So what you're waiting for is, as you get nice and walk closer, allow them to punch, okay? And then work off that punch and attack them, okay? Now, if they throw a lot of punches, not all of them punches will be fast and hard, okay? You got to wait for that opportunity for the right punch to get in behind it and attack, okay? So if they're throwing left hands at you, for example, jabs, you just got to keep peppering them away, keep blocking them, keep blocking them. You blocked one, you blocked two, okay, third one, boom, I'm going underneath. Okay, I'm blocking, block the third one, fourth, parry, bang, punch. Okay, so this tip is where you practice your patience, you wait, and you allow them to draw first, and then work off what they're thrown, and then go on that, okay? You slip their punches, you lean back and attack, you block and attack, okay? All at the same time, you're walking forward, you're doing a lot of movement, keeping them guessing, okay? So for example, you're moving head side to side, they think your head's over here, so they will throw the punch, you slip and come over the side. You come down nice and low, they're aiming down, you go over the top, okay? So what you're doing is you're drawing them out with your behavior, with your body movement and what you're doing. And once they're drawn out, once they're throwing something, that's when you jump on them and attack them, okay? Right, guys, so they're my tips for closing the distance, closing the rage. I hope they've helped you guys. I hope they helped the person who's left that comment. By all means, keep putting comments down. Anything that I can help with, by all means, I will do. I appreciate your comments and your feedback, even on the videos. What is good, what is not good. So please leave the comments. And I'll see you guys next time in the next video.